Good afternoon, everybody. In our new time slot, we're on a huge pop entertainment of Break It Down Radio podcast. We are going to talk about everything from Raja Jackson to touch on the heat wave, make our predictions for Clash in Paris, talk about a little bit about Forbidden Door. I think AEW was on Forbidden Door, if I'm right. Just a lot of opinions going to throw around, but we're going to start with what thanking. I'm going to thank Matt uh, for creating our intros. He is behind the scenes doing that. He shoots me text messages daily about something new he's created on his phone and the intros that we have. So I appreciate that, Matt. I appreciate you really doing that for us. Rico coming on board. He's been a blessing to the show. New time slot starting next week. It's 2:30 in the afternoon, I believe. We said every Friday going forward. That way, Matt can be home and Reese hopefully can come on. Reese is doing things. We missed you, Reese. Other than that, this is Huge Pop Entertainment, correct?
Yeah.
Buddy.
So
You mentioned Reese. He's just a really shitty wrestling fan right now. Like, he gave me permission to say that. He's not. He's actually hasn't watched wrestling in like a week and a half. So, and he's just all like, I would do nothing but sit there and look pretty. I'm like, and you don't even do that. So,
yeah. So unlike a lot of other podcasts, and I'm not going to name names, but unlike a lot of other podcasts, we are a podcast that shares our opinions and our opinions only, and we get along, even though our opinions are different. So
Exactly. The whole cry me a river because you don't agree with what I'm saying. That's out the window here.
So this is a wild, crazy topic, probably the hottest topic of the week in wrestling, I would believe. And we're talking none other than Rampage Jackson's son, Raja Jackson, was involved in an incident at a wrestling event on Saturday, August 23rd. The plan was, I think, right? He was supposed to jump the barrier and get involved somehow, but he took it to the next level.
I think this is the one thing in professional wrestling right now that everybody should agree on. That Rajay Jackson should never be in a professional wrestling ring ever again. He should be behind bars for what he did. This is stupid. Like, you flatline a guy? Are you serious? Like, I don't care about the fireman's carry slam that he did. But it's the fact that he sat on top of him and just like lowered the boom UFC style. Come on, bro. Like, be better.
That there was no. I mean, and I understand. Like, I would understand even if you were brand new, which he is. You don't know how to really pull your punches, stuff like that. But that was full force determination. I'm going to make sure you're not moving.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. I've been around indie shows. Rico went to the last Extreme Impact Wrestling shows. Those indie wrestlers, if you ask them, there's a lot of shoot fight that goes around on those programs, but they know their boundaries, right? They know not to take it to the next level. Because these guys at XIW, they hit each other. They hit each other hard, but they know not to carry it to the next MMA style by face punching the dude till he flatlines, right? That was not the plan. And Knox X Pro Wrestling made a statement, it was selfish, irresponsible act of violence. That's what they're calling it. And it is.
The best thing too is that for them to allow that to happen, it's not the best thing to happen. The biggest thing that came out of this whole thing was that Rikishi, he's the guy who owns Knox Pro Wrestling, and they had a deal with the WWE ID program, and now they don't because of that situation.
I think that's where you're going to get a lot of conversation. Is a lot of people in the IWC will say, "Well, WWE messed up there." Well, no, they didn't. I think WWE covered their ass.
Exactly. 100%. That is a business decision. It is strictly business, nothing personal. CYA.
Well, wasn't there I want to say Rajay signed to do a spot with another indie promotion that was also, part of the IW or the WWE ID program, and they got unaffiliated as well.
Yeah, I don't have that name of that, but I heard that as well, Matt. I heard there's
I
another
was
one.
not aware of that one.
Yeah, so again, that's WWE being a smart business people. You can't have yourself connected to somebody that like that.
So you guys take me back to where, because I've seen like what happened, but I don't know the origin of like what really got this started.
Well, from what I saw, it was pre show. Sicko Steve is his name. Took a beer can and smashed it over Rajay's head. It was just to try to build something up, and it was just trying to make it a story, and that turned into Sicko Steve just getting his brains beat in. And here's where I hate going off on. I don't want to go off on the rails with this too far, but there are people such as, and I'm going to name drop Mark Henry, who's been in the business, that said that Sicko Steve was to blame for this as well. That the guy who flatlined is the reason this whole thing happened.
So my question, Matt, was the beer to the forehead, was that a planned thing? Did Raja Jackson know that it was coming?
If you did or you didn't know that it was coming, there's a way to handle that, right? There's always a better way to handle it.
Oh, I agree.
And you know goddamn well, like if Rico and I were standing there talking wrestling and he just smashes a beer over my head, like a beer can over my head, I'm gonna look at him. What the fuck's your problem? Like,
right.
What the fuck? I'm not gonna wait 2 hours later and be a chump about it. I'm gonna be like in your face then.
Right. So it almost sounds like Raja was waiting for a moment to make himself look big to take care of the problem that should have been taken 2 hours before.
Yeah. And along with that is you can hear him on the video prior. His verbiage was specifically, "I'm gonna kill that motherfucker."
I did see that.
You cannot say that.
And then go and try to do that.
Dude,
no wonder he's facing felony assault and battery charges.
So I haven't heard anything after I watched that. So how is the guy doing, Sicko?
Sicko Steve's actually making a recovery right now, from what I've seen.
Yeah, from what I've seen. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can't just go on camera.
Right.
Interesting. The world.
Interesting facts about Raja. He was a big Kick streamer, Kick personality, content creator. Kick, which is the main platform. Cody streams on Kick, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Social media. Raja has been banned from Kick streaming platform following the incident. Rampage Jackson has also been the target of harassment, including death threats and racist remarks related to the incident. There's been a GoFundMe account set up for Stuart Smith, Psycho Smith family to cover his expenses. But so there's things set in place and people are taking care of it because he's like Kick. They don't want that affiliated with them anymore, right? Mm-hmm. And I just think it was a poor mistake, poor judgment. I would hope that Raja sits back and says, "Oh crap, I shouldn't have done it." But by this time it's too late, right?
The only thing I don't agree with that right there is why is Rampage getting so much heat? It's like, that was his son's actions. He did it. Even Rampage, like when they first initially showed him and talked to him about it, he was pissed. Like he not happy about the situation whatsoever. Why are people just being so low as to attack the dad for something the son did that he had no clue about?
Yeah.
I mean, in Rikishi's eyes, it's probably all would never have happened if Jey Uso didn't lose that title.
Right. I can't win. I'm looking forward. I'm looking seriously, I'm looking every
Oh,
day.
man.
Right. No, you're right. I'm looking forward sometime in the near future where Rikishi's going to come on a podcast or his own podcast and let loose on how he thinks Raja got screwed.
I'm
Just saying.
sorry. That was
And it doesn't set well. I mean, I'm going to throw this. I don't hate. It's not. That doesn't look good for Rikishi backing something like this up. And all that does, I hope it doesn't tarnish the name, his family name. They don't need that. That's a great family in the wrestling business. I ain't gonna say the name because I don't want to name it, but you know who everybody should know who I'm talking about.
And that's the thing, like he was supposed to go in the ring, so that's why nobody jumped in and stopped him. He wasn't a crazy fan. He was supposed to go in, he was supposed to do something. But once at least that third punch you could see fully connect and my man not moving, somebody needed to grab him, not just try to whip him off. I don't care if you got a German and get him off.
Yeah.
well. That's the thing. And why would you? Okay, so he's sitting at ringside. He's doing all this and that, and they're telling him, okay, you can get in there and get your receipts, collect your receipts, get your revenge. Why would you say that? Why not explain to him, hey, listen, this is what we're going to do. You're going to get in there. You're going to give him a fireman's carry. And you're going to power slam him. And then you're going to get up and you're going to stare down at him like, all right, we're done. And I'm not slamming Rikishi because this is his promotion. But if you tell a guy to go in there and get receipts, tell him the proper way to do it instead of just saying, yeah, go in there and get your revenge. Be like, hey, listen, this is what I want you to do. That's how we do business here. Not just give someone who's really not been. I mean, Rampage is a UFC guy, a Bellator guy, those kind of guys. He's not a professional wrestler. He's been in a couple promotions like TNA. He did a spot there for a little bit with the Aces and Eights and that kind of stuff back in that era. But he's not smartened up to this culture. So what it needed to be is more. I think there needed to be more communication between everybody. Yeah. Again, there's only one true victim here. That's Sicko Steve, and I hope he makes a complete recovery. Everyone else that was associated before and after this situation, or actually leading into the situation that allowed Rajay to do what he did, is at fault here. It's not. Rajay should have had the common sense not to beat the shit out of somebody, but the people that were there telling him to go get receipts, come on.
They know that you don't tell somebody to get receipts, because get receipts isn't the same as go in, make your statement, and get out.
Now, did somebody explain how to do the receipt to him? Like, hey,
that's what
man,
I'm
don't
just saying.
go crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Rikishi, it being his promotion, should have been like, hey, go get your receipts, but this is how we do it.
Yeah. Obviously, that wasn't done.
No.
Because if that was done, we wouldn't be talking about this right now.
No.
Well, I mean, it could have been done, but yet he was still pissed about the beer can, and he took it personally because he felt like he was embarrassed.
And allegedly, Rajay suffers from CTE as well. So that's another layer to the story.
Right.
So,
and and there comes a point where when guys are like CTE, there's wrestlers I'm sure that have other stuff going on in their life. I mean, I know there's a guy that used to be around the XIW place, and he was a loose cannon. He didn't know how to keep business from personal. And now he's not with anybody in the Indies anymore because he's in jail. And whatever. But you got to make sure when you bring somebody into a promotion that you explain what you want and how you want it, because now we look. Now Knox Pro has to try to recover from that. They lost an affiliate with the WWID, everything. Now you got to try to rebuild. So we had two big major pay-per-views, I guess, Heat Wave and Forbidden Door. Anybody watch any of those shows that want to talk about what they've seen, what their highlights were?
See, I watched off and on. You'll be proud of me, Scott. I actually sat down and I watched Forbidden Door. I watched an AEW pay-per-view. Thank you to my boy Matt Doolist and Sean over there at Uncensored. They streamed it for a bunch of people. So,
what were your takes from them? What were your takes from it? What were some of your takes from them?
There was spots where it was entertaining. There's also a lot of spots that were like, "Are you serious?" kind of thing. There was a lot of spots that it was like, for example, the main event was a was a six-person tag cage match. Matt and Nick Jackson. That was one of my favorite parts of the whole thing. Matt and Nick Jackson. I don't. If you followed AEW from the last like month or so, since they lost that EVP thing, they're no longer EVPs, right? They have no stroke at all. And every time out to the ring, the guys in the truck fuck with them. Like they just mess with them, and they like put on the nameplates don't say Matt and Nick Jackson. They say like a name that they used in the indies like 12 years ago. They'll throw on different theme music, and well, anyway, they came out. The Titantron behind them said EVP with a circle around it and a slash through it. It just said marvelous Matt and something Nick or something like that and they came out and their theme song was Hanson's Bop. I popped. I thought that was the funniest shit I've seen in a long time. It gets better though. During the pay-per-view, Matt and Nick Jackson, they're in the back and they're like, "You're gonna do this, blah 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 blah," and we're gonna have a violent match. We're gonna go out there. I need thumbtacks. I need this and this and this, and so they get the thumbtacks out, right? And they dump out the bag that's supposed to have thumbtacks, and it's gummy bears.
The look on Moxley's face.
I wish I was making this up. I really wish I was.
Oh, I'm gonna have to see this now. Wow.
The look on Moxley's face was priceless. He's like, "What? We're gonna do gummy bears?"
Oh, I'll get to Mox in a minute.
Yeah,
Mox really. I'm not a guy for gratuitous violence just to have gratuitous violence, and his spot just felt a bit unnecessary, in my opinion. He took a fork. Oh, and let's back it up even further. They took Darby Allin because he was on the opposing team. Took duct tape and duct taped him to a steel chair. Couldn't move. He's a professional wrestler and his kryptonite is duct tape. Okay, gotcha. His hands are to the side, helpless. Darby Allin, and of course, Darby Allin's a skateboarder, has those big gauges in his ear, and John Moxley decided to channel his inner Randy Orton, and I hated this when Randy did it too. And when Randy did it, he took a screwdriver and put it through Jeff Hardy's ear gauge and twisted, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, John decided to take a fork and just ram it inside of his ear gauge. Blood just starts gushing everywhere, and he makes Darby's ear look like spaghetti. Is that needed to tell a story? That's my one thing. Is it needed? No, it's not needed. It's not. It's not necessary, not needed, and I could have done without it. But it's John Moxley doing John Moxley things. It's just how he operates. But yeah,
See, I'm not against the blood and gore. I love it. There's times where it's really not needed, but I'm just a big fan of it.
Well, I watched that, and I agree with you, Rico. I love it, but he took that. He was I don't know whether he was allowed to do that or not. He took that to the utmost higher level. And I agree. I love guts, and I love blood and guts, blood and gore. But that was blood and gore's here. He went way the hell up here.
Hey, Mox raised the bar.
So that leads to my next. That leads to me a question. I know I really want to get to the Clash in Paris prediction. That's the main meat and potatoes. But that leads me to a question. If the rumors are right, and if I get my dream, and he comes to WWE for some reason or another, would you agree that WWE will not let him be as violent as he is, or do you think WWE's to the violent stage where he's going to be able to do what he's doing over here in AEW?
I think that they would tone it back just a tad. Don't let them go at it, man, because they're like pushing the boundaries again. So I think they'll let him do some stuff, but I don't know if they'll let it go as crazy as what he's been doing.
I hope not.
I'm sending you something, Scott. If you want to throw this up, I don't know if we're allowed to.
But no, we've seen on that whole pay-per-view them when Mac is done. We've seen Wardlow coming back. He joined the Don Callis group. That's one guy I can't stand, Don Callis, with his pink shades and his pussy ass people that belong to his faction. I can't stand his ass. He's about the most annoying piece of shit in the world. I don't like him.
Well, your brother's right there. Don't talk about him that way.
His main dude, I can't remember his name, but he's got the pink pair of shades too, with little drips going down his fucking face. I can't do it.
A shout out, by the way, and I hate doing this because I have conversations with the people from Outcasted all the time. Not Outcasted, Uncensored all the time. Shout out to Sean. I don't know if he's listening right now, but he had an absolute nuclear meltdown every single time Don Callis came on the pay-per-view. Like, he hates the fact, he goes, talking about how he's bald and a bald dude should have facial hair and he doesn't look right. He looks like an uncircumcised dick and all this and that. And
I didn't get it, Matt.
It won't let me send it for whatever reason. Hold on, let me send it. Let me send it via
Messenger.
So you're talking about anyway.
Go ahead.
Yeah, not enough facial hair. And he goes, and so every time he would bring that up, I would go into my the whole Owen Hart thing where he's all Jason Temptation did the whole I would say he tried being a tough guy once. He just couldn't get a damn beard to grow in. And like so
Callis looks like that half a turd that just never went down.
Yes. I mean,
not a nugget. He's actually like half a turd.
So we've seen that happen, Don Callis and whatever. Jamie Hayter, of course, is always fun to watch. She had her match. There was a controversial finish to the Okada and Swerve Strickland match. What did you think about that match? You didn't watch it, did you, Rico?
Unfortunately, no.
I mean, we've seen Adam Page and MJF. That was a good match. I did watch that. That was pretty sick. Pretty cool.
I was mad I missed it because I really wanted to see that match.
The only thing I had for that match was the amount of false finishes were stupid.
Yes, I agree. 100% agree. And I will say this, and Matt, you're going to agree with me. You're going to say, "I told you so." For the first time watching this pay-per-view, the matches I watched had that what Matt would always refer to as that silly, joking, stupid spots, and every match seemed to have that.
Yep.
And so the MJF match, the stipulation that MJF had was he didn't have to waste his contract, and it was any way you lose, anything you do illegal, you lose anyway. So MJF handed Hangman Page the ring or laid it on the thing, and then it was just these dumb things that MJF was trying to make Hangman do, and you're like, come on, these are not necessary. The making spaghetti that Moxley did, there was just a lot of things that happened in that show that was like, are you kidding me? But I will say this, probably one of the, it's just, I mean, I don't know. It wasn't a great pay-per-view. It was way too long. It seems like AEW pay-per-views have to be 10 hours long. Not really. It was like 6 hours long, but it was 3 hours too long. But
I was just to throw something in there real quick, man. It's because you were talking about, like, you guys talk about the false finishes, and WWE is doing it too, where there's so many matches. Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
They are, but when you have a roll into a roll up into a roll up into a roll up, like it they went from ring post to ring post to ring post to ring post to ring post, like it was like seriously that many. It was like a good 45 seconds
Of just
45 seconds to a minute of just them going back and forth with false finishes of their own. It's like they went back and forth for like a good 40 seconds, and it's like, really, like, it's at that point, I hate being like Jim Cornette, but why? Like, that's, like, false finishes are stupid. It's almost a slap in the face to us fans. Like,
well, and the thing is, not just that, but you remember us growing up watching wrestling. If somebody hit a finisher, it was over. You're like, yeah, because it came out of nowhere. It was sweet. Or sometimes, Shawn Michaels tuning up the band, or something you knew, Undertaker letting you know it's coming. Nowadays, you got guys kicking out of 10, 15 finishers, and it's like, oh, what's going on, man? Like, come on, can we just go back to having the Orton RKO out of nowhere? Boom, one and done. Maybe two of them, depending on the opponent.
what was the end of days is the only finisher that only one person's ever kicked out of, I believe.
Yeah, I can't get it, Matt.
I think that might be the only one.
I can't get it to download, Matt.
All right, hold on.
But it was an okay pay-per-view. I mean, Ricky Saints at the end. No, that's that was NXT.
Yeah, thank you, Cody. Cody said Cody took 9 AAS at SummerSlam. Yeah. It's freaking ridiculous, man.
Well, I'll have that for next week.
All right.
Because I have a video. There was a video of Moxley doing what he did. Maybe I can find it on TikTok real quick. But go ahead, and I'll just.
So then we had So where are we at now here?
We're talking about Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door. Then AEW had Dynamite on Wednesday, and a couple highlights from that. One of the biggest things I thought was cool. So highlights from the week that I found that I thought was pretty cool. One of them from AEW. Taz will be inducted into the 2300 Arenas Hardcore Hall of Fame, and that'll happen, I believe, here in the next couple weeks. I don't know if it's at the next AEW pay-per-view. I can't remember where they said it was. And the report indicates that I believe I can't remember who he said was going to be who he said was going to. I think his son Hook actually is going to do that. I'm not. Yeah, so that's going to happen. One thing I do want to say about AEW with the Moxley thing, and I'm glad that they're incorporating Briscoe in it. Mark Briscoe. What other guy would be a good fit for that type of atmosphere, right? You have Moxley, who's hardcore. You have Briscoe, who's hardcore. Why not? Why not do that? Other highlights I found is Cody Rhodes and Brandy welcome their new baby. So Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes welcome their third child this week. So that's a good thing. So hats off to him.
Nice.
He's getting some on his time off, so that's good. And now he's got to be a dad. So that's
well,
good.
that was 9 months ago. So he was getting busy 9 months ago.
Yeah. There's going to be corporate layoffs in WWE staff and their staff ongoing. So again, which makes no sense to me. I'm sorry. If anything, people ought to be getting raises because the amount of money TKO is charging people to go to these events. You'd think that they wouldn't have to have any layoffs, but
that was my next question was, why are we having so many layoffs when the company supposedly is doing the best it's done in years? But yeah, we've seen more layoffs in the past couple of years than you have in the past 30 years.
Yes. Good question.
So I sent you over that. I found a black and white version of it.
So yeah, just a second. So I have, while I'm uploading this for Matt, we're going to show this so we can talk about it. Then the Jericho rumors. We talked about that last week, I think. I think he'd be great to come over to WWE. I think he'd be a good fit. But if he stays in the back and does it like that, I think it'd be good idea. I think it wasn't Eric Watts that was saying to Matt and I, or it might have been the ECW ref that was saying it. We need guys like Chris Jericho in the back to encourage, to teach, to make these young kids. The biggest thing Eric Watts said was make these kids responsible. And if they would have had something like that back at Knox Pro, I'm just thinking out loud, would this kid have did what he did? No, I don't know. So here we go. Here's the video. It's a 39-second video.
And Moxley with the fork.
We saw this at All In, remember?
Yeah, Moxley, he was on the receiving end at All In. This time, perhaps ready to dish out the punishment.
Moxley kept channeling out Bill the Butcher, using that fork as a weapon.
No, look at it. Digging the...
God, he's going to lose. He's going to lose that ear. Oh! He's going to lose his freaking ear. Barbaric is what this is. Somebody needs to stop this right now. Somebody jump in.
We knew there's no way to stop this.
All right, I'm going to pick that apart. That was freaking hilarious. First of all, the ref expression was like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
you can't do a damn thing. It's an Extreme Rules match. Look, there's nothing illegal about that.
And then who's that on announce? That was Tony. Who's that announcing?
The Tony Schiavone.
Tony Schiavone. His thing is like the way he's like talking. He's like, someone needs to stop this. And it's just Tony. It's just funny.
It's like no fucking shit. Someone's got to stop that. Like.
But hey, Darby said go ahead with it.
He puts the fork in his mouth.
Yes.
Yeah, like that sterilizes it real good, John.
Let's get
Someone's
to the meat.
Getting hepatitis A, B, and C. They're getting all the heps that night.
All the heps. So Clash in Paris is Sunday, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
It's a
11
1
o'clock
start. Yeah, 1 o'clock start.
So we're just gonna go down the line. I mean, I know that we haven't talked much about Raw. I'm gonna watch SmackDown today to see. I hope that your guys' theory of the guy that goes down is the guy. What is it? The guy that goes down is on the go home shows is the guy that's winning, right?
Most of the time, yeah.
So we're just gonna go down the line. First match we'll talk about is Sheamus versus Rusev. Who do you got and why?
Well, that one. You know what? I'm gonna give that one to Sheamus, man, because it's hard because I feel like Rusev just came back and he kind of needs it, but in the same sense, I feel like Sheamus hasn't gotten anything in the past couple of months, so he kind of deserves it. So I don't know. I'm torn, but I'm going with Sheamus.
Matt.
It's a good old fashioned Donnybrook match, right? So they're just going to beat the piss out of each other. I'm in the same boat with you. I really think that Rusev needs it. He needs to Rusev Mashka, yeah. You know what? Let's roll with Rusev on this one. I think Rusev wins. We might even see Lana show up. Who knows?
I'm going to agree with Matt. I think at this point in time, Sheamus doesn't need to win a damn thing. He's just Sheamus. He's put his mark on the books. Rusev needs to be pushed. I think he needs to be pushed more than anything. So I think Rusev's going to win. So, yeah. And we're going to go to one of the matches I'm looking forward to. This is going to be a good one. I just want us to surprise some people. Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch as the champion going up against Nikki Bella. Anybody got any opinions on that one?
The man's gonna win. I mean, if they take the belt off of Becky for a part timer, no shot.
No.
Yeah. So you said that this match is going to be surprising.
For me, I think, yeah, it is.
I'm hoping so. And it's nothing. And I say this with the utmost respect for Nikki. But it's like, I just don't see her being able to hold more than a 5-minute match.
How old is Nikki Bella?
That's just me.
How old is Becky?
Yeah, Becky. There's no shot Becky's losing.
Well,
No
I don't
shot.
think so at all. I don't think Becky's losing at all.
We're going to disagree. Agree to disagree because have you seen Nikki Bella come to the ring? She looks phenomenal.
Looks and does are two different things.
Well, I get that. They're not too far off in age. I understand what Matt's saying, part-timer. But I'm with Cody Cornett, Team Bella. She's going to surprise if they're going to give that belt to her.
But, man,
and because I think Becky Lynch needs to be in the big championship matches, not holding the Intercontinental Championship. I think they're going to take it off Becky for a minute, give it to Nikki Bella, so there's somebody else that can come around that deserves the Intercontinental. Nikki Bella.
Okay. Here's now that the wheels are turning a little bit. They're just turning just a little bit. If I'm booking this match, if I'm booking that match specifically, Nikki Bella will win, but she won't be the champion when she leaves.
Well, there's still a cash-in available, isn't there?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just referring to the fact that I really, really, really think that we're going to see some tomfoolery here. I think we're going to see Bayley get involved with that match.
That's true. I forgot about Bayley.
And I think that she's going to screw Becky, but Becky's still going to walk away with the title. And as far as the Nikki Bella stuff is concerned, yeah, she looks like $1 million, but then the bell rings.
Exactly.
Like she looks great, yeah, but then the bell rings and she looks like like a part timer.
Can she still throw down?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna see it Clash in Paris because I think she can.
I hope you're right. I don't want to see Becky Lynch get screwed.
Well,
No, but
I do
Matt,
agree.
real quick, I was thinking, man, I don't know if it'll happen. That's why I didn't say it, but I'm wanting that Bailey to just come out.
Yeah, I hope so. So then we go to, I mean, shoot. We're going to go Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed for the Shulafala and whatever you want to call that. Whatever. The debauchery.
It is funny because I know what they're doing with it, so it's funny.
Who you got, Rico?
Oh, come on now.
Well, no, that's deceiving because both them punk asses are doing this now. So one's
Because
wearing
they're trying to mess
shoes.
with Roman. That's why. That's all the reason why they're doing it, is try to mess with him.
So we got Roman Reigns down at Rico. What about you, Matt?
This is Roman's first PL. Was he at SummerSlam? I am horrible.
No. I don't think so.
Okay, so this is his first PLE back. Since,
he teamed up with Jay.
You teamed up with Jay at SummerSlam?
Wait a minute, I'm forgetting my
No, I don't think
PLEs
so.
here.
He was at was he?
Yes.
Thank you, Cody.
Okay.
Yes, okay. The OTC wins. I mean, come on. It's Roman. Yeah. Bronson Reed to me is just a fat ass freaking jobber at this point. I'm not a Bronson Reed fan. Braun Breaker's the catalyst of that group. Like he's the guy, he's the glue that holds that together because yeah.
100%.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, they've ran this angle long enough. Yes, it's funny. Yes, I get it. Take the shoes off the dude that you laid out with those tsunamis. I get that. Yeah, that's why I asked the question. I hope they don't go with whoever got the beat down because that was kind of weird on Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns was getting his ass beat, and then all of a sudden Roman Reigns threw Bronson Reed out of the ring. So you can say it both ways, but I would hope that this is over with the Shulafala. It's gone long enough. I mean, whatever. I'm Team Roman Reigns. He'll take the win.
I would love for Roman to win, take the Shulafala, and start handing them out to the kids in the crowd.
That would be good. That'd be good.
That would be sweet.
So then you got good old John Cena versus Logan Paul.
Well, because Cena already lost the belt, but do you have him lose 2 times in a row? I don't see it happening, man. I actually, because Logan can wrestle, so I see this being a good match, but I don't see Logan winning.
I'm going to take Logan. I'm going
to.
I think he's going to beat John tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but Sunday. I think Logan's going to win because this is the period of time in John's retirement tour that he's going to push the younger guys. I think this is where he can take, because it's not a major one. It's not a major pay-per-view, so it's not going to hurt anything. He's gonna put over a talent, and we might even see Brock Lesnar involved. I don't know. Like we might see some screwy shit that happens. But I think Logan wins. But that will give him more trajectory to become a world champion in the next 2 years.
Yeah. I mean, point made right there.
As much as I hate to say it, as much as it pains me to say it, we're going to see Logan Paul around for a while and probably have some kind of championship. Let's face it, he's earned it. I would say he's earned it. I'm not a Logan Paul fan, but he's earned it. He's earned his
Oh, he
stay.
is. Definitely.
Earned his stay where he's at, And why not, right? Why? Like you said, Rico, Cena's lost already. Now it's Cena's time to put over the guys that he can. And it won't hurt him. It's not going to hurt him to lose.
No, and
John Cena.
and I understand where you guys are saying, like when Cena said, "My time is up, their time is now."
Correct.
Like, and I understand. I can see that going into play. So I will say if he does lose to Logan, then pretty much going on forth, he's going to be nothing but trying to put Talon over.
Right. And I can see what Matt's saying. We could get the Brock Lesnar sighting. He could show up. And again, he's another guy. Cena doesn't have to beat him. He could get destroyed by Brock Lesnar. The thing that needs to build storyline, what happens if Cena loses to Logan Paul, goes and loses to Brock Lesnar, maybe loses to somebody else on the way to his final match, which I hope is against the final boss, with the final boss saying, "You're a piece of shit, blah, 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 you're worthless, you can't fight. And he just takes the Rock out. I don't know, that's probably not even going to happen, but if I had the fantasy book, that's how I'd work it. Cena being a guy that's failed now. He as a heel, he wins. As a heel, he knew how to do it. Now he's a face, he's losing. And that gets into John Cena's head, and then the Rock comes in and John Cena finishes that off with his final match. But I don't know. That's really speculating, and that's not even probably going to happen. But I bet you Logan Paul wins for God's sake reason.
For some weird reason.
Yeah. Cody Cornetto, love you. Thank you, man, for being a part of the chat. Cody said it looks like leading into War Game, it's going to be Cena, Punk, Roman, Jay, and LA Knight versus Vision, Brock Lesnar, Logan. Yeah, that's probably good. Yeah. So if that is the case, I bet you if you do see a Brock Lesnar, you might as well see Jay. Well, no, you're going to see them in the next match, so they're going to be there anyways. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to pause that for a second. I have two issues with the division with Brock and Logan. There's only two issues I have with that, and that is the history between Logan Paul and Seth Rollins. Are we forgetting that they were big time freaking rivals there for a little bit? We were in Andrew and Jennifer and I were in the house when he made the infamous "bye-bye, bitch," like that was to Logan Paul. Brock Lesnar does not team with anybody.
Don't play well with others.
Yeah. Those two just don't fit with the vision. They just they just don't fit. It doesn't matter if, like Cody just said in the chat, enemy of my enemy is your friend. Brock doesn't have enemies. He has targets. And he doesn't have friends.
I mean, and if you remember, Paul turned on him to go back with Roman. So I don't see him going to help Paul at all.
Brock is not. Brock,
he's laughing at. He's laughing at that. He's like, no. At this point in life, at that time in life, Brock's saying, "Fuck, I don't need anybody. I'm just gonna come up and whoop somebody's ass." That's what he's gonna do.
Logan might be the whole enemy of my enemy is your friend, but Brock, no shot. Brock, yeah. Who knows? Maybe they'll get Rajay Jackson.
There you go. So the last match, the main event, I would believe, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Jey Uso, LA Knight in the Fatal 4-Way match. When I first seen this, I'm going to say this first, so you guys can tell me when I first seen this match, I'm like, oh my God, they're going to do this, right? Someone's going to screw over Seth Rollins. And if it was me and I had these three boys that are fighting in the ring that shouldn't be fighting in the ring, while Seth Rollins is doing some dumbass shit after the bell rings, and Seth Rollins is outside that ring, I'm falling to the ground, having somebody pin me, get that belt off Seth Rollins. That's what I want to see. Old school, drop to the ground, get covered by somebody other than Seth Rollins. The winner that pins the person gets the belt. I think that's going to happen, and I think you're going to see CM Punk screw over Seth Rollins. And he's going to look at Seth and go, I'm in the business still, and you didn't fuck me over this time. I screwed you over.
Well, because I can see Jay working with him on that. Jay just lay down and let him pin him.
Why not?
LA won't do it. LA won't do it.
No, LA
That would be hilarious. Just
Why not?
like he had no control over it. He just lost the belt, and CM Punk just became champion, and now you can't do no cash in.
Right.
Now I'm going to say this. I'm gonna I have a statement for that. Rico, did you watch old WCW stuff? Because I know that was Scott's deal. Did you watch like WCW in the late like during the Nitro era during the
the Wars?
Yeah, was that your jam? Like, did you watch that or did you watch?
I went
WWE?
back and forth with both of them.
Okay, so you know exactly what I'm going to throw out there. Scott just described the finger poke of doom all over again.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Wouldn't that be something that happened in Clash in Paris?
Oh my god.
Oh man, I mean, you have like
because as the topic been discussed, that these promotions are doing things that other promotions already did.
Well, yeah,
Why?
you'll never not do that. Like, there's not an original thought
Right.
in any professional wrestling at this point.
I'm just saying, I want that to happen. Damn it, make it happen. It better be.
The only original thought we have is a dude wearing a fucking lizard puppet on his hand while he wrestles.
Right. But no, I was like, when I seen that match, I was like, oh my god, he doesn't have to win. He doesn't have to be pinned, first of all. And if somebody pins somebody else, am I right? That's who wins, right?
Yep, and that's exactly it. Like they all hate Seth.
Can I take your idea and kind of morph it into something a little bit more believable?
Sure, I'd be willing to listen to that.
I don't want a finger poke of doom. I don't want him to lay down. How about, because you have Punk, who clearly doesn't like Seth Rollins. Jay don't like Seth Rollins.
Right.
LA Knight's a little indifferent, right? But he's not really a huge Seth Rollins guy either. Those three just beat the brakes off of Seth Rollins, leave him in a heap at the very beginning, and just let those three have a triple threat match. And then you could have your spots with Punk and doing all that, and let one of those three win that way.
I'd do that too.
Well,
as much as I'm not a visionary, I'm not a revolutionary, and I hate Seth freaking Rollins.
We'll say this is where I'll go the opposite. You already know where I stand. I do like the ideas. I really do. I think that would be freaking awesome. I'm all for it, but Seth's my boy. I'm going Rollins all day.
I mean,
I think
honestly,
Rollins is going to retain. Don't get me wrong. I'm not stupid. I think Braun Breaker is going to get involved with that and help Seth Rollins out because he needs to have that. He's going to play that chicken shit heel role again. He just will.
That's the same thing that Roman did too with the bloodline.
Hey, again, I'm not bitching about it. I just know that it's what's going to happen. It's Seth Rollins. I don't know.
Yeah,
that could work too. I mean, all I'm saying is Seth Rollins isn't going to win on his own. It's either going to be Braun Breaker or something like this that Cody Cornette just threw up there. But I want my way to happen because I just think it'll be funny.
Do you always get what you want?
No, I never get.
Don't always get what we want.
Never. Yeah. Other than that, that's our wrap up of Break It Down podcast. We broke down Heat Wave. We broke down AEW stuff. We dissected Rampage, Jackson's son Raja, and we gave us predictions on Clash in Paris. Thank you, everybody.
We dissected that as much as John Moxley dissected Darby Allin's ear on Saturday.
I mean, yeah, we got all that. Matt Dedulis, thank you for popping in. Kayla, Powell, thank you for popping in. If you guys don't hit that follow button on YouTube, what you doing? That's not my stick, is it? That's somebody else's stick left a couple of years ago.
Here, before we go off the air, tune in Tuesday for Blood Feud Radio with me and Reese. He will be back on the saddle again Tuesday, and our show will consist of a little bit of fallout from Clash of the Paris, but we're going to really dive into it on this show next Friday. But we do have our list. This week's list will be best promos, our personal top 10 promos of all time through like WWE, WWF, or WWE, WCW, everything, and AEW's included in a couple of them as well. And then we're just going to go from there. It's just an hour of Reese and I shooting the shit, really. And then, of course, Thursday is our football football, and Scott and I will be talking about college football. I'll have games picked for that. We're going to pick every NFL team or NFL game this coming week. And then, of course, we're back here again in 1 week at our new time slot of 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, 2:30 Central. So we got that.
September 3rd, I have an indie guy. He calls him the Real Giant, the Real Giant. He's a SICW independent wrestler. Buck Breisner. Interesting to hear his story. He did some stuff with WCW and WWE. Can't wait to hear those stories. That is September 3rd, 8 p.m. Central. We also have PG-13 Wolfie D. He'll be on the show September 15th at 2:30 p.m. It's a Wednesday, I think. I can't remember what September 15th is. New shows we're talking about. There's some new shows that might be popping up. Look for those. I'm excited. I love watching Matt's Tuesday show. I think it's great. I think Reese and him kick it off. Reek and I are talking about doing a Tuesday night show. Not sure what it is going to be about, but we're talking about doing a Tuesday night show. And I'm talking with another indie guy from this area, Panhandle of Florida, to do a Monday night or Monday afternoon independent show. So just new things are coming to Huge Pop Entertainment. We're trying to stir things up leading into the end of 2025. And so lots happening. And again, thank you for watching. I say it all the time. I think we are one of the best independent wrestling and wrestling knowledgeable shows on the channels. I think that we do a great job sharing our thoughts and opinions without being jerks to each other. And you see it on the show. We had difference of opinions, but we still survived. It's because we're all brothers. We love each other. And we know how to treat each other. So I'm not saying throwing shade at anybody, but you know who I'm talking about. If that's the case, I think Matt has something to say.
Fire me, you fucking Mark.